All right, we are live for the 119th episode of the
Let's Go podcast live from South Florida, Hollywood. We are pumped to have Noah Aaron and Jack Ross of the Vly Vipers here on the podcast. Well, we'll do basketball. We'll start with basketball. We are currently in South Florida because HSL South Florida softball has kicked off last night. We got 8 teams. We had King Diamondstein not showing up for the boys. A little bit, the team he's playing against kept on making fun of this guy because I keep on referring to him and dub it also as King Diamondstein. And the whole night they were chirping him, "Oh, King Diamondstein, King Diamondstein," and they didn't really hit him so well, but they did enough to beat him 5-0. So it was a little bit of an embarrassment for the Five Towns guys, and I had to take it on the chin as I was there. But it was a super successful night overall. We're so excited, and we have 2 softball amateurs, and Jack Ross and Owen Aaron on the pod. So I don't know how beneficial it'll be to talk softball, but they do have a claim to fame when it comes to basketball. Basketball, I
Did
would
you say
say, is their.
amateurs?
I'm saying,
Yes.
yeah, I'm saying softball. I wouldn't say that
It's not
necessarily.
it's not only with the spelling, it's the pronunciation also. Now we know at least it's consistent.
Dave, I don't know how you still know how to speak English after spending every day, Avi, chewing off your ear for hours on end. You're a good friend. You're a
There
good
was a
friend.
lot. There was a lot that went on here in South Florida last night, so I'm very. I have a lot going on in my brain, but this is a very special podcast to have Jack and Noah on together. It's very chashuv for us, especially in the softball space for sure, but in the basketball space to have these players been playing together for 27 years. It seems like, to
We
have them
both
on the
haven't been alive
podcast.
for 27 years yet.
Well, how long has it been for real? Like 8 years, 9 years? How long have you guys been playing together
Like
for?
15, 16 years.
And
All right,
Noah,
so
Noah was in 5th grade, and I was in 6th grade the first time we.
and
we
now
were
and now
playing.
Jack and Noah are trying to bring a championship to the Fly Vipers in basketball. So, anyways, Dave, sorry for all the spewing. I'm just like my head is like in a million different places right now with everything going on. Our South Florida players chat is like blowing up here.
Avi's very excited. I don't know if I've ever seen Avi this excited. We were supposed to start 15 minutes ago, but Avi just wouldn't stop talking. So Avi's very excited. I haven't seen him this excited in a long time. I don't know if it's the palm trees or the pool behind him or the players are
So Avi's
discovering.
going to be moving to Florida in 2
He's
weeks.
gonna
That's
move
it.
to
He's
Florida.
done with New York. He's working on Florida time now.
Yes, I am.
Apparently, he discovered the Florida Moshe Zin last night, which
I forgot his name.
Which
I
is
forgot
what's
his
getting
name.
him so
Yeah.
excited.
He wants to come on the
Um,
podcast also, by the way. A lot of these guys are one. By the way, one guy in specific apparently has like the most. He's like the I don't know if you call him. I don't know if Jack Ross is. He's like the Matt Rosenberg in terms of in terms of strict power. Apparently, he's a crazy amount of power. He didn't play. He was hurt last night. He was talking to me and like he was literally telling me my whole life story because he watches every second of the podcast. It made me feel so special. Like when we did the South Florida podcast, we introduced it. He was like telling me he was quoting everything I was telling back to
Avi,
him.
maybe
These
we
guys
could do
are
another podcast after this where you talk about last night, but for now, let's talk about Jack and Noah.
fine.
Dave,
People
you could
really
even
know
just
how
let
to
him do it. Just let him do a walk and talk at least. This way you don't. We could get going with the day. And
It's gonna
Avi
be
can
walks
talk
and
for however
talks.
long he wants, and anybody can watch it, whoever they want. You don't have to.
It's gonna
Guys
be
really
walks
know
and
how to
talks
get
hours
super
of your
Avi's
day.
ego
fast.
going.
What do you say, Noah?
Said guys really know how to get Avi's ego going.
Yes.
Gotta-
Yes. It felt really good. Dude, we almost have 200 views on that podcast, the South Florida one. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, well, we got Jack and Noah here. Jack and Noah have a very special bond. Jack was on the podcast about a year and a half ago, I think, before Noah was playing in anything HSL. And we invited Jack to come on, and he said, I don't make a move without Noah Aaron. He said, I don't even go to the bathroom without talking to Noah first. I can't come on the podcast without him. So we invited Noah on, and now we're learning that they played. So you guys have been playing. So just for those in the audience who don't know them, Jack is a extremely talented center fielder for the Bombers Sunday mornings, who I think should be number one in the power rankings in the spring. But that's another story for another day.
Jack is
That's
better.
that's absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, go ahead.
Okay, I have a sheet about that. Noah plays center. Wait, you were playing center for Avi's squad, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Why, unfortunately?
You got the pitcher who chews off your ear the entire time. Nobody wants that.
From what I understand, Steve Pollen isn't a picnic either.
If you
No,
make
but
the
Cal,
plays,
but-
then
but-
you don't have to worry about it.
And
You know what
then
to say?
Nothing better, and Jack can relate to this as a center fielder. When the pitcher tells you to come in and the guy just hits a nuke over your head, there is no better feeling than that happening.
Which, by the way, is very true. Which is why I try to always, when I tell outfielders to come in, I say if they hit it over your head, it's on me. I almost always comment that. I try to at
But there are
least
also
because
times I call Avi after a game and I say, I heard you lost 4-1. He said, I didn't lose, my fielders lost.
you got to keep Dave. You got to keep it real sometimes. You know.
Okay, fine. So, and then in the night league, Noah, you play for Ash's team, right? Amnon's in
Yeah.
and then Wednesday night playing for the Kiddish Clubbers, which I think needs a little bit of revitalization after going one and
Yeah,
they need some. No, you do so much winning in the other leagues.
they need they need a lot of love in that
It
league.
keeps you humble. And then Jack, I don't know the Monday Night League so well. So Jack, you play on which squad?
Glenn.
You play with Glenn. Okay. Um, separately behind the scenes, there's a sweepstakes going on for Jonas and Lowen.
Actually, after this tournament, I would say that Jack Ross plays with Yehuda Koenig more than Glenn.
Ooh, wow. And then
I mean,
basketball. Yeah.
listen. I would say it's either Koenig or Kaufman or Ezzy. I know like Glenn is the guy. Everyone wants to hear Glenn, and I love playing with Glenn. But I would say like I would go with whoever's team it is. You know, Ezzy or Koenig or whoever's running it. You know,
Who is running it? Who does run the team?
if I had to put a name on it, I'd say Ezzy at this
Oh,
point.
Ezzy's running it. Okay.
Yeah,
He's making sure you got the guys. And what's the name of the team?
smacking.
Oh, that's smacking pitches. Okay.
Well, not for much longer.
So my understanding of that league is that
Not for much
nobody,
longer. Not for much longer.
My understanding of that league is that nobody.
The only name that's going to survive there is Amnon's Kosher Pizza.
Oh, interesting. Nobody can really survive. No, nobody can really play in that league besides that. I mean, whatever. I'm saying it sounds like they cakewalk to the championship the last couple of years, or
Yeah, basically.
We have a very good team.
Yeah,
it's a
basically.
very good team. It's a super team. All right, so that's softball. But these gents are not here to talk about softball. Maybe we will.
Wait, Dave, but you forgot Wednesday night also playing with the
Oh.
Jubal Cult Suicide Squad. You know,
Of course. Oh my God, I can't. That's actually
I
my
mean,
favorite team.
don't you really want to be in that, and you don't even mention it on the.
That's the shot. I'm so
Is
I'm so
Benji watching
envious.
this live right
I'm
now?
so envious that
Right, you just got to learn what IJWT is, and then maybe you'll be.
What the hell is IJWT? Who's Benji? No, which
Benji Horowitz.
Oh, Benji Horowitz. Why did he say something?
Shortstop for Unknowns.
Why? What did he say?
No, he just texted me. He's like, I see you're on the podcast.
Okay. Benji's a real good guy. Yeah, the Suicide
Also, our
Squad.
captain for Gordon Companies and the tournament.
That's right.
Yeah, I felt bad for Benji a little bit. He really Benji was thrown into the dungeon when it came to the draft, and he came out with the unbelievably, well picked team, and then
Benji did a phenomenal job.
did everything perfect until the
Benji-
championship.
So why do you feel bad for him? He made it all the way to the championship.
Yeah,
And
I know.
And there's a nice highlight of him getting a ground ball to shortstop RBI. You know.
I guess so. No, he was thrown into the
Avi,
dungeon.
you're talking to me and Gottlieb. We struggled to get one win in the regular seeding, in the seeding games. You got to say, I feel bad for the guy that went 5-0. Yeah, okay, you didn't win the championship, but
I see we have a lot to get to because we could also talk about the tournament. Let's start with basketball though, because we got to give basketball some love.
And I feel like this is supposed to be a basketball podcast.
Yeah. So Noah was on the Fly Vipers last year. Fly Vipers really strong. Lost in the semifinals to who? To Olam?
No, I lost in the championship. No, semifinals,
No,
right?
semis. In the winter season.
When they beat Wasser, didn't they beat Wasser?
they beat
Wasser?
Wasser in the
We beat.
semis. I think they lost in the championship though.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
You
They
don't think
didn't.
so?
No. Wait, what happened? Now my brain's dying out. They beat Wasser in what? Was it the quarterfinals? Wasser got knocked out in last year. I think it was the quarterfinals, and they lost in the semis. Yeah, and they lost in the semis to Olam. Yeah.
So
who did
anyway,
who lost in the championship?
I think Jules by DK.
Yeah, it was
you're right.
Yoni
Samson.
Miller's squad. Yoni Samson's squad. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
anyways, so in the off season, I'm talking to Dylan, asking if he's running it back, and he says yes, and I'm adding a surprise player. And I say, who? He's like, do you know Jack Ross? I say, yes, I do. So it was very exciting news, and Jack is, from what I understand, a superior center to Noah, and has really taken much better player, has really taken the team to the next level. Now you guys are the team to beat, according to Avi in the HSL fall basketball.
So I want to actually chime in there because through the walk and talks and the power rankings, we're always the team to beat. But I think I show up in the gym, whether we play on a Thursday or Sunday, and we're always a double-digit underdog somehow. So I don't really know how one goes with the other. Like, I show up in the gym on Sunday night, and Avi's like, "Oh, you guys are about to get smoked by Olam. Like, they're gonna go up quick. They're gonna take like a 10, 15 point lead, and you guys are never gonna be able to recover." I guess to his credit, they did go up 17, but we recovered. And not only did we cover the spread, we covered the money line. So I mean, people would have made a lot of money on Sunday night.
The answer, by the way, yeah.
Players.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Noah. What were you saying?
I said, and we were missing players. I don't think.
Well, that's your answer. That's your answer. The reason why every time you guys walk into the gym and I say you're underdogs is because Dylan Kaufman, I think, only brought his full squad once. And when you did bring your full squad, I did make it very clear that I think you guys would have my double digits against Wasser's squad, Rise to Fly, who was missing two important players. However, with your full squad in the building, including Mr. Sharif or Sharifian, whatever you pronounce his last name, I do think Fly Vipers are double-digit championship favorites. However, without Sharif or Sharifian, I do think they're still favorites, but I think that there are 3 or 4 teams out there that are extremely, just my take, that will give them an extreme tough time in the championship game, theoretically. Just my humble take. But that answers your question as to why I always told Jack Ross they're going to lose, because they always come without half their team every game. They only
But
came
it's
with their full
funny
team
because
once.
you'd think like, okay, so if we don't come with half of our team, so we're gonna lose by 10 points because we have 3 guys. Like, no, we have plenty of guys that we know, that we're friends with, that we bring down good players. Like, we're not like I told you, when we asked to
No, are
change the
you aware
game,
Jack Ross brought down
was
Jack?
like we're not gonna. I'd rather not come with just 5 random guys that I found in errands on Sunday afternoon to play a game. I'd rather bring you get down quality guys if we want to talk about, quality competition in the league. We always want to bring a quality team every week, every time we play, So when we're talking about replacements, we could obviously bring 5 guys. That's not the issue.
Yeah,
But we
that is
want to
true.
bring you a reputable team every week so that, the league can continue
I,
to look,
yeah.
At a higher level.
I wasn't aware Jack
Thank
Ross is
you,
bringing
Jack.
down a Yeshiva League legend and coach of North Shore to save the Fly Vipers last game. Noah, did you know about this? Were you aware about this Jack
He was
Ross?
my coach. Love Shalom.
Just Jack Ross Ringer, they call him. It's funny. He didn't really. He was pretty quiet during the game, and he didn't play someone. He played like a decent amount, but then in overtime, all of a sudden, the guy just did whatever he wanted, and he made it
He
look
has
so
an
like easy.
unbelievable basketball mind. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable basketball mind.
and the
I
guy
mean,
didn't even.
he didn't do nothing, by the way. He had 15 points in the game, so like it's
Yeah, no,
not
no.
like
I
he
don't
had
mean
20.
nothing.
He had 20. He had 2 buckets in overtime that were obviously very big, very timely baskets. But like it's not like he didn't do anything. He still had 15 points. I think he
Yeah,
probably was our leading scorer even before overtime.
I don't mean
Um,
nothing.
He
I
was
meant it's not.
he was one
I
of the
meant
best coaches I've ever been around.
there was no
right,
razzle dazzle, but like
right.
when you bring a guy down to these games, and it's something that we talk about after the games often, Avi. But like if you bring down 5 quality guys that grew up playing organized basketball, know like where to be, where to cut, whatever the case might be. You may not get that highlight every week, but you're going to get a good result
You're
at the
not
end
gonna
of the
get
day.
that. You're not gonna get that Pacey Jacoby catching the ball 3 feet on one side of the basket and finishing on the other side of the basket.
I didn't know he
Right.
was so athletic, by the way. I didn't realize that.
It's something funny because in our chat, I feel like Ibrahimi or Ibrahimi always takes a lot of crap from all the other players in the chat, and it's because his sole focus is to be like, yeah, I threw up this shot from half court and I won the game on it, and everybody else is sitting there like, okay, congratulations, we'll give you that shot every single time because it's a great highlight. It's great for the status, but if you have guys that are just pulling up from 12 feet or even 5 feet behind the 3-point line, it's something even during the game you'll see us telling him is like, no, we know you're a great shooter, but like stop pulling up from 6 feet behind the line because if you can just take up, go 5 feet closer, it counts for the same amount of points, and there's a lot greater chance that you hit that shot.
So you guys are setting up for good opportunities. What do you feel about Olam? How do they handle that?
I mean, I think they were a very good team. Apparently, they were missing one of their big guys, which I can't
Big
speak. I never played
Big
against
G,
them, to be
Big
honest.
G, Big G, biggest
But
in the
no,
league.
they were a good team. Obviously, like we came out slow and had to fight back the whole way, but back and forth game, I think very quality team. I don't know
But
if we'll be play. I don't know if we're going
specifically
to
in
be
that
playing them or
nuance,
Silver
though,
Key in the championship.
I can't wait to get to Silver Key. But specifically on that nuance that you were talking about, of like where you're sort of have a process in place to ensure a good result. Doesn't always look so sexy necessarily.
I mean, I think a lot of the teams in this league they like to shoot. And so
But Jack, to that
we
point,
have come into games and we've gotten, I mean, we went down 17 against them. I think Silver Key we went down by 13. And it's because, they're going to shoot threes the whole
Yeah.
game,
but that's the
whether they're going in
basketball
or not. They
team.
go in early and like we go down big, but like we still commit to our game and how we want to play and with the players that we have to, make that comeback where like if they're up 17, they're still just chucking no matter what.
But that's how the game has changed as a whole in general. Let's say over the last 10 years, how people like you have like Wemby. You have these guys who are 7 feet tall and they're pulling up from 5 feet behind the line because it's a shooting game now, and you see the difference. Let's say a team like us, which is a much bigger team, we can still play with a team that's going to be shooting the lights out because the basics are still there. You can be up 15, but if you're missing every shot and they're not quality shots, and you have a team who's just going to pound it inside and score good baskets and easy baskets, it'll balance out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I would actually like to know a little bit about this one guy in your team. Obviously, Sharifian and Sharif, everyone knows about him, legend from Brooklyn. I mean, Zabrowski, right? He played for you guys somewhat regularly last year, and then he subbed in the fall last year. The guy is unbelievable. He's a bucket. Where did he come from? Who's the connection to him? Who knows him?
By the way, just before we get into it, he actually coaches now at North Shore with Shalom. So we're all connected to Shalom. It's not just one ringer.
So one second. So wait. So
four
how
or five
do all
guys
you
on the
guys
team
know?
know.
How do you guys all know this
Shalom
coaching
was mine
legend
and
Shalom?
Jack's coach in Rama.
Yeah, Shalom, he coached at Rambam when we were in high school, and then I coached with him when I was out of high school. I was his assistant coach, which Ibrahimi is a couple years younger, so he was in Rambam.
Okay, Jack and Noah, are
So
you
he
the
was the
same
coach
age?
there.
We're the same age. Jack's a grade older.
Okay, got it. So how many years did you play on the Rambam team together for?
2. And then we played at YCQ for 2 years together also, because they do 5th and 6th and then 7th and 8th. So
Oh, I totally forgot. Speaking of YCQ, I was flipping through the newspaper last Shabbos, and I see they're honoring.
dinner.
Yeah, they're honoring
Jack's
the
team, they
basketball
won.
club. What?
That's Jack's team.
Yeah, and I see
Yeah,
Jack
we
Ross
won
is named in the
15 years ago.
newspaper.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Little fat chubby kid at the end of the bench, but
Were you actually? It's hard to imagine.
actually,
Jack was a cute kid.
Oh yeah, he's
Jack
still a
was
cute
one of
kid.
those
He's still a
kids
cute
that,
kid.
I always had a nice body for a box out, a little
No, Jack
layup
was
in
also
front.
one
You
of
could,
those kids like you see, like, oh, Rabbi touches, like that was Jack, like that.
Little controversy. Wait, so Noah, where were you playing elementary school?
I was in YCQ, but I was a grade young. Jack was in 7th grade when they won.
Wait,
I
why
was
were you in YCQ? You were living in Queens?
I grew up in Forest Hills.
it's a great basketball program there. Me and Noah
You were
went
recruited. You were
exclusively
recruited. They gave.
for
Oh, you were living in Forest. How long did you live in Forest Hills until Noah?
Till 2nd or 3rd grade, I think.
So then you kept going. So then you kept going to YCQ.
Yeah,
from the
YCQ
5-10.
when I was there, I want to say they had like 4 I think it was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, there was like 2 big buses and then like 2 vans maybe that came from the 5 towns. Like there was a
good
there was a
amount
decent
because
yeah.
at that time Hal was still in Long Beach, so it was not equidistant, but like
Got it.
you can get picked up roughly the same time.
Okay, got it. Oh, interesting. But you have to grapple with the Van Wyck though if you're going from.
No, but when you're a kid in school, you love that. Because you were watching the time. You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get there late. We
I
still
was
have to
gonna say,
daven. We still gotta
watching
eat
the time go up.
breakfast. We show up at class, 10 o'clock instead of like, the Queens kids, they would get there on time, and you gotta go to class early. You'd milk
like,
that.
Oh, you guys have to go daven now, and then you have to have breakfast. The next thing you know, it's lunchtime.
Got it. Okay, so you guys, started playing together in 5th, 6th grade or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and that was an inter school team at YCQ. You were playing other schools at that age.
Some schools do, yeah. So that's just like the regular middle school league. Most schools have like a 6th grade team and then a 7th grade team and then an 8th grade team. But at YCQ they just have 2 teams, so they just have like 5th and 6th play together in the 6th grade league, and then 7th and 8th graders play together in the 8th grade league.
Got it. So okay, so you guys were a year apart, so that meant you played together.
Like when
I was in 6th grade and Noah was in 5th grade, and then when I was in 8th grade and 7th grade, same thing as high school would be, right? So then when I was in 10th grade and he was in 9th grade,
and did you guys have great chemistry from the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it was a match made in heaven, you know? That's why I ask him about every move I make every day.
So, so well, actually, I'm actually curious. So, how did the recruitment of Jack go in the off season, Noah?
I just said, come play.
I think it was one text
And that was
message,
it.
Let
maybe.
me see.
It was one text
I
message, and you were
might
in.
scroll through.
Well, Dave, it was pretty
Wait, but
easy. It was pretty easy.
I said, I think I said, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna play if you're not playing. I think that's
but
what I
where was
said.
Dylan in this process? You just told Dylan I'm gonna get a guy.
I told Dylan, I said, just I'm getting Jack to play.
There was actually one stipulation, which was like I would I wanted to cut down the roster size because like
Dylan brings a McGill.
I don't, you know, not that I don't like playing with the whole team, but like when you bring 8 or 9 guys down to a 30-minute, like I'm there to play the whole game. I'm not there
Hmm.
to like just come and then sit on the bench and do this and that. And so like I was like, but you guys bring like, you know, a full varsity squad to every game. So
I
like
would
I
say
don't know
that's the
like how the
biggest
rotation
weakness.
is gonna
No,
work. But
honestly, for the playoffs, that's the biggest weakness. If Dylan, I mean, I think
It's a
they're gonna
huge
be
weakness.
after
It's a
what?
huge weakness. It's a huge weakness in a tight game where you have guys who want to play. Like,
Yeah,
and it's a tough. As I would not want to captain that. I actually hate being captain for that
you
reason.
guys officially have 9 regulars, right? 8 or 9
It's like
regulars.
it's a very tough thing to navigate.
which game was it? There was one game where we brought down, I think
It
I
was
want to
9
say 8 guys, 7 or 8 guys, and
for
Ibrahimi
sure.
was
8.
on the bench for like 60% of the game. But it was
That was
like
versus I think that was versus
that was
Wasser. That
Wasser,
was
yeah, because I mean
yeah,
we were playing well, right? Yeah, because I think we were playing well, and we obviously were playing for a win, you know. And so like
Yeah.
it is a hard situation, you know, when you come to these leagues. Like everybody's on the team, everyone, you know,
I was
usually
actually
pays their
asking.
share, and you're happy like to split the
Right.
time. But at the end of the day, like there's still a competitive element to it where you're going for a win. So you got to put the best 5 guys on the court at certain points of the game. You know,
yeah.
as much as it would make other
So
people
I was
disappointed.
curious about that when I was talking to Jeffrey the other day. You guys both want to play all 34 minutes. Is there any benefit to sitting for 2, 3 minutes?
35.
What
Don't jip us out here,
35,
Dave.
sorry, 35,
Right.
35 minutes.
Because of the genius in the league to put 30 seconds on a clock. Like,
30
in what
seconds.
sport do we start with 30 seconds on the clock? Like, could just do
Not 30.
17, 18. No, let's do 17,
No,
30. That
17:30.
immediate.
The perfect, the perfect,
Oh,
the
that's
perfect in
funny.
between.
Why? Yeah, that's actually a good point. Why the
It's
Right, but
It,
so stupid.
it was 16 last year, and then there are a lot of people who were complaining it wasn't enough time. So I wanted to give them more time, but I didn't want to make the games go too long. So I did 17 and a half as a fair in between.
Add 30 seconds, make it 18.
A minute, 18, but then again, might go too long.
If you want to get
No,
into,
but you could do 17 for the first half.
Nah, you can't go different times for each half. Could you? That's nah. I don't think that's probably worse than doing 17 and a half for
Bobby, you
each.
have 30 seconds.
by the way, I
in
don't think people would even
world that has
realize if you
30
put
seconds on
17
the
on the
clock.
first half and 18 on the second. I don't think anybody would even realize.
But on the flip
Bobby,
side, what's bad about 17 and a half other than it looks awkward?
We just,
Is there any?
yeah, it looks awkward.
It looks awkward. Okay. Got it. Okay, so Noah,
I wanted to know about Zabrowski, Dave.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go
Yeah,
into
fine,
Go
Zabrowski.
ahead. But I didn't get the answer. So was Dylan involved in the recruitment at all, or was all you, Noah?
No, I don't. Did Dylan text you?
Did Dylan know who you were?
Jack's not
Is
commenting.
this a question for me?
No, I was just curious how it happened. I'm just
No,
looking into
no.
the dynamics
To come
of the
to their
team.
team was
Noah,
to
do you have
talk with.
carte blanche to do whatever you want? You just called, you just called Dylan one day. You said I got another guy, but that meant there's a little bit of a roster
No, at the end
shakeup.
of last season, I was like, let's bring Jack on.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to comment
And
on
then
the
you
top
took care of it.
5, all stars. But
We're
like,
gonna
if
get there.
someone-
We're gonna
if
get
you're,
there.
if you're on the block, then why wouldn't someone try and go get you, right?
By the
I
way,
didn't get
side
texts from
note-
other teams.
Side note, speaking, that's funny. Jack. Do you play football? Do you guys play football?
I never made the cut for the Jew ball.
You never made the cut. Apparently, anybody's allowed to play. I'm learning.
No, I'm not actually here. I usually play pickup, but not like,
Usually play pickup because I was schmoozing with Adam Hoffman. He excelled in 3 sports. He said though he's turning into this old guy that's like talking about his heroics. He's like, I didn't think I'd be here where I'm talking about my heroics. You guys excel in 2 sports, so it's pretty unusual. Having people excelling in 2 sports is unusual. Having people excel in 3 sports, I think, is even more unusual. I don't know how many people there are out there like that. But that's a side note.
There may or may not be a big debate on if Adam is a better quarterback than anybody in Jubal, though.
Is that
Adam
If you
made
get
a
in the
comment-
chat, you could go find out. I played with Adam
Adam-
for a couple of years in the Croton football.
How do you get into the chat?
Adam's throwing out crumbs that he might bring a team to the Gridiron Gauntlet this season.
I'll
We'll have
see
to
it when I
if he's
believe
pulling
it.
it.
Adam, he's the
Yes,
busiest man in the
to
world.
see. Yeah, we played a couple of years, and when
Depends if Chewy's available.
Croton switched from we used to play in Brooklyn at the Aviator. I played a couple seasons there, football,
What
and
position did you
then
play, Jack? What position were you?
I played receiver and safety.
Oh, nice.
So we played a couple seasons there. I wasn't playing with Adam. Adam, I don't think, brought down the team there anymore. So I was playing with some like some of the Jew ball guys, and then they came to Hewlett, to Bay Park. Actually, they played first before Lynbrook. Now, before Greece, so I played there for 2 or 3 seasons with him and Shuey. It was fun, but those games are at, like, no joke, like 11 o'clock at night. Like, I had enough of that after.
Sounds like softball starting at 10 o'clock.
Listen, at least basketball's inside, Like 11 o'clock at night in January it's not pleasant.
Oh, so Jack, so you're a real Jew ball guy. I should have realized because you're on Suicide Squad. Okay.
Jack's been
I'm a retired Jew ball guy, but I'm still in the chat. I get tagged every once in a while.
In for both?
Yeah.
I spent like an hour and a half on the website last week. It's such a culture. It's fascinating.
Yeah,
The whole thing
they
fascinates me.
keep stats and everything, right?
Yeah. All right, so back to basketball. So where were you? You wanted to talk about Mr. Zabrowski. Okay, so Noah recruits Jack. That takes you guys to the next level. What do we have to talk about with Zabrowski, Avi? What did you want to know?
I want to know where he came from. Again, last year he was good. I'm watching this year. The guy looks like he's a bucket. He's a really, really talented player. For some reason, I haven't noticed it before this year. I don't know. It could be because the team overall is better now, so he could do more of what he usually does. Where did he come from? Who is he? What's his deal? Someone tell me.
Let me put it in Avi's words. He's a stud. He's a top 5 shooter in the league. You're not going to see anyone better. Trust me. I don't know where you guys brought him from, but he's an absolute stud. If he comes, they're double-digit favorites.
He's a bucket. Who's he? Where is he?
He was playing with them before I joined. I don't know. Like last year, if you guys brought him down. Yeah, last year they brought him down.
So none of you guys know
he's
Zabrowski?
older than us. He's older than us.
He's much older than us.
Oh, really?
So none of you,
He's the
so
kid
none of
with
you guys.
blonde hair. He's got like blondish, reddish hair.
He might be. He might be a Dylan recruit.
How old is he?
He's got to be at least. I mean, he didn't play with us in high school.
He might be like 2 or 3 years older than us. So he might be 29, 30 probably, if I had to guess.
All right, so you guys are the wrong guests to ask about Zabrowski. All right, moving on. Next.
Maybe we should just have him on, Avi. So okay,
I would love to.
You would love to.
He's my guy now. I go through my phases of guys. It was Wasser, Winter.
Because Avi just looks at like the top points per game guy in basketball, and he's like, "Oh, that guy, he's my guy." There's no peripheral stats. I was saying to you guys, we were talking about it, and I'm like, I go into the stat to check, and I'm like, Noah's pulling down 19 rebounds in a game, 22 rebounds in a game. Okay, he only had 10 points, but that's never appreciated, by
Another
Avi. It's always
topic,
like, this guy, he had 36 points in the first half. Nobody talks about that Noah had 5 blocks and 20 rebounds.
Which is funny because they call me the Jewish Draymond. But anyways, another interesting thing to get into, Noah's actually trailing Ari Olsling right now by half a rebound for the league in rebounds. So that's another interesting topic. If you want, we could delve right into that.
No, but two things just before that. Two things. One is, Jack, your comment. I'm hopping something now. I'm hopping your comment about you guys having a process in place. It's not glitzy and glamorous. Avi, with his highlights, is all focused on the glitz and glamour. He's missing a broader basketball perspective.
When you play. It's the biggest thing I've been telling Avi. It's a much different game. Organized basketball versus pickup basketball.
Right. Got it. Okay, and we have a quick comment from Yehuda Koenig, who's watching live. I love the extra time in the halves, but I find it funny. I find Avi funny that 18 minutes would be too long. It's a reference from, you remember the movie Something About Mary? It's right out of the Something About Mary movie where they say 8-minute abs and they ask, what about 7-minute abs? I actually didn't see that movie, but I remember it. It's probably like, you guys probably weren't born then. All right, that's Robert Yehuda Koenig's boomer comment. Thank you, Yehuda. We'll be seeing you soon.
We'll actually see him at the dinner next week. The Wall Street Girl Championship dinner, yeah.
No, it's next Wednesday. No, it's the Wednesday after. I think, Avi.
A week from Wednesday.
Yeah, week from Wednesday. Okay, go ahead, Avi. I cut you off.
Oh no, I was gonna say that speaking of stats being more important than points, Noah Aaron's second in the league in the rebounds, right behind the leading center in the league, Ari Olswing, by a half a rebound per game.
Yeah, so I was gonna
Wow.
say to that, like I know you guys have like all of the high level statistics in some sort of Excel file that's probably pulling crazy formulas to see. You can probably check like what about number two rebounder on their team versus number two or three rebounder on our team. So are we showing this? I think we're getting at the same point on all these. Like we're just talking about a total team basketball effort. Again, we're focused on one player's rebounding numbers, but what about the whole team, right? Like
Only one
if
guy
we have
never gonna win a
two or
championship.
three guys averaging double digit rebounds every week versus one guy averaging 20, we have 19, 11, and 7, let's say. Which one would you pick?
But how do they handle that in the NBA? Don't they do the same thing?
Yeah, they do, but
Doesn't make
if
it
the
right.
number one goal is winning, who
Right, right,
cares,
right,
right?
right,
You're not
right,
getting
right,
a
right.
championship at the end. Who cares?
It was like
What?
that. It was like that season when Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple double. And he's the MVP regardless of if they were the number one seed in the West versus the number 7 seed. Like there was a whole debate. Like he's got to be the MVP because he's averaging a triple double. He's insane. But at the end of the day, like the team didn't really go anywhere, right? And so like yeah, they made it to the playoffs, but all the people on the winning championship team were probably way more happy that they won the championship versus, hey, my point guard won MVP.
That's what Judge said last night after he won. Said
What
I
did he
trade
say?
all my accolades for a championship.
Right, because he won 3 of the last 4 MVPs, right?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that right? Wow. What a hitter he is.
Yeah, poor Aaron
Um,
Judge. The guy deserves a World Series. Nice guy. Friend
Jack,
of
it's
mine.
interesting. I've been catching all these Dennis Rodman highlights in my feed. Um, Such an interesting, just in terms of what you're talking about. You ever see any of these old Dennis Rodman clips? The guy would get
A
40
few of
rebounds in
them, but
two
it's
nights.
before my time.
It's before your time. The guy would get he was built different. He was nuts. He was a lunatic, but he's also a lunatic on the court. He'd get like 40 rebounds in 2 nights and have 0 points. He'd have
Yeah.
like actually like
Because
that was
he knew his role on the team.
he
His
knew his
role on
role
the team.
so well.
His
Yeah.
his role was just get rebounds and defend. That was his role.
Yeah. Right, right. So it's hard to even have flashy clips of him because it doesn't look that good when you're I learned this expression shit on flies on shit. When you're defending somebody like flies on shit, it doesn't look that cool. You're like,
Right.
there's nothing there. Okay, so that's a very
I think we've
interesting
seen it.
point,
I think
Avi.
we've seen it on Fly this whole season because I think like Zabrowski's definitely had a 25-point game, but Ibrahimi's had a 25-point game,
And
and so
Sheriff has had
like
a
we're
25
really
point game.
yeah, and Sharif has had a 25-point game.
We don't need
And
one guy to go off for 70
so
points.
I think what we see is like we don't need that guy exactly every game. It's nice that Zabrowski can put 20 points on the board for us, and we're not complaining, and we'll take it every single week. But if there's one game where he has 12 because someone else has 25 or has a mismatch, like that's the way we're playing the game versus like just getting our number one scorer his shots.
Right. All right, let's
They'll
get back
come.
to your guys' history a little bit. So you play together in YCQ, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. Then you go off to Rambam. And who's older? Jack, you're a
No.
year older or Noah's a year older?
I'm a year older.
You're a year older.
I'm
You go
20.
off
I'm
to
27 now. Noah's only 26. He's a youngster.
They're a
so
bunch of
you're saying
babies.
really
Dave,
it's
Dave,
so
they're a bunch of
they're,
babies. They're a bunch of babies, Dave.
so you're saying really it's not that you don't go it's that Noah doesn't go anywhere. Noah doesn't make a move without you.
Right?
It's the
No,
other way around. You
it
went to
actually seems
Rambam.
to be that way. By the way.
Noah applied to one high school. Noah's just like, get me to
That's it.
Rambam.
Jack is
That's
there.
it.
That's where I'm
Jack
going.
is there. I gotta be at Rambam. He showed up at the interview. He kept talking about Jack Ross, and they're like,
They had Jack was the one who interviewed me.
So the basketball team, is it JV and V? Is that how they do it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so you played together again, the same thing for a year, and then had a break for a
Right.
year. There was nobody who was like, let you guys just play together. Like, wouldn't it be beneficial for the rest of the team?
Well, actually, so when I was in 11th grade, so we were solid. JV, we were solid when it was. I think we were maybe 4-6 or 5-5. When I was in 10th grade and Noah was in ninth grade. When I went up to 11th grade. So then I joined the varsity level. For whatever reason, everyone thought that it was important to focus on like SATs and ACTs, and they don't have time to play basketball or anything like that. And we were like, that's ridiculous, but whatever, it is what it is. So we actually sucked. When I was in 11th grade, we
Wait, but
did
what
have
did
a
that look
win.
like practically? There was less time for practices. What did it look like practically?
No,
We only had 7 guys, so like we didn't have like
Oh, they
10
weren't
guys
even
to
on the
go
team.
even.
They weren't even
No,
on the
Right,
team.
like they
you
just said like we're gonna
13.
focus on school this year, and I was like, okay, we're 15, like we don't have to do that, but like to that extent, we sucked. We were 1-13. We actually won our first
That's
game of the season. And it was like a crazy back and forth, like 87-75, which is like really high scoring for a high school basketball game. 32-minute game, Avi. 8 minutes per quarter, even.
Nah,
ooh,
quarters,
No, there was
quarters,
one game.
quarters.
There was one game. What was the game we got killed?
Well, Noah wasn't playing on that team yet, so
Who was that
but
against? Do you remember?
YDH.
Derek
Same
Hatzor,
Derek
maybe?
YDH.
Qatar?
Yeah, Derek Hatora. Actually, they had a guy that played that when we played in Rambam against them. We played them twice that year. The second time we played them, this guy, the gym teacher, was the basketball coach. And for the rest of the season, we had to hear it that we gave up 54 points to one player. The second time around. So
That's pretty funny.
Avi, if you want to see a shooter, we'll bring him down one week.
He's better than Jason Curry?
Jason Curry definitely
The guy's
killed
50
us in high
something years
school.
old
That's for
at this
sure.
time. He played D1.
Oh, okay. So you're saying Jason Curry's not quite there.
No.
No, Jason's probably
Okay.
better shooter than him right now.
All right, we
Guys.
got a lot of
50
other stuff to get to.
something
Wait, so you guys play together?
But
Jason's
that's in
also-
11th grade. And then when Noah came back up, he was in 11th grade. I was in 12th grade. We actually did pretty well. We were 9-5.
Did you make
so-
any noise in the playoffs?
We lost in the first round.
To who?
The team against us made plenty of noise with their pots and pans in our gym. I don't know if you know the Rambam gym, but there's really no room for seats. And they
also
brought
no
their
room.
entire school. So it was like a rowdy environment.
That must have been fun.
It was the
though.
first
What's-
Rambam home game in quite a while for a playoff game, and talk about team effort. We actually had one guy. He was like our defensive guy, and we put him. He played like small forward maybe, but we put him on the point guard, and he would run around after this point guard. First quarter, point guard took a shot from the free throw line. He landed on the point guard. He broke his leg.
Oh,
And then our point guard also was like went
Oh, boy.
skiing and he hurt his elbow. So our team went down in shambles, and we're like, no, we can't end this way. I think somebody came off the bench actually for their team and scored 42 points in a playoff game, which is also
What school
insane
was this?
for a YDE now.
Oh, Derek Eres. Is that Syrian?
No.
No, it's in,
I
it's in
think
five.
No, it's
YD. Oh, you mean you moved on from YDH? YDE, you mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's called like Derek
YDE
Eres or
is-
something. Derek
I don't
Eres
think
or
it's
something like that.
Syrian.
It's not Syrian.
Why? No,
Was
it's
that
not,
the
I don't
coach
think
with
it's.
the white hair?
There were definitely Syrians on that
Yeah,
team.
'cause that was the coach with the
YDE
white
is
hair,
is like the
quarterback right there.
yeshivish Syrian school in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he's Syrian. You might be right.
Like you have the Mag and Davids and the Flatbush, and then you YDE
Yeah,
is like
it
black
was
hat,
Syrian.
like the black
it was
hat.
Syrian. It was for sure Syrian.
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm
black
mixing
hat
it up with a
Syrian.
different
The
school.
black hat Syrian is YDE.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next. So then, we were already at the 38-minute mark, and I have a few more things I got to get to. So let's hustle along here. We could sit and schmooze all day. Unfortunately,
But Noah has to get back to work. So.
Noah has to get back to work.
And I gotta get back into the pool.
I actually have an 11:15 meeting. So okay, wait. So after high school, did you go to Israel, Noah?
I did. Jack did not.
Oh,
Fun
really?
fact.
The Rambam rabbis didn't. How did you fend them off?
Well, the end result was that I was going to go
Oh, I
marry
didn't mean.
Christina.
No, I didn't mean for the reason you said before. Yeah,
That
I
was a
guess.
good one,
See, it all makes sense. It all circles. See, Jack couldn't go too far from them. It was.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, Jack. You have cute
Yeah.
12th grade Jack. The rabbis are coming over saying you got to go learn in Israel. What
Yeah.
happens?
I said no, like I don't need to.
You
There
already
was, honestly, there
mastered
was
the
a bunch of
Talmud.
back and forths. A couple of a little bribery. Tried to bribe me to go to Israel.
What were the bribes?
We actually there was one. So there was one rabbi that he had tickets for a Knicks game, really good seats, and he calls me up and like when you're a senior in Rambam, the school they went till 5:50, but when you were a senior, you could get out like 4:30. So I'd go home 4:30. I'd take a nap before basketball practice, whatever. He called me up. He's like, "Let's go to the Knicks game. I have tickets." I'm like, "Stop wasting it on me. Like, you're not gonna get me to go to Israel. Trust me." And so he gave it to someone else. Then the next night, he's like, "I have courtside tickets to the Nets tonight, and I'm not taking a no answer." So we went, and it had, at that point, it was the scans at the Abigail stand, so you got all the free food
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the night, he was like, "So did we make any movement on like going to Israel for the year?" I'm like, "No, I told you, you're wasting your time." So he's like, "Okay, so I guess you're just gonna wind up marrying a Christina and moving on."
He
Um,
said that? Is that what
yeah.
happened? No? Is that what happened, Jack? Is your wife named
He
Christina?
actually apologized to my parents at my wedding.
Jack's
No,
wife's
what'd
name
you
is
say?
I said Jack's wife is actually, her name's Christina.
Yeah.
It actually worked out.
It worked out.
A guy from Woodmere,
But she's
New
Jewish.
York.
But she's Jewish. She's a Jewish Christina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Jewish from Woodmere.
Wait, 1 second. That's crazy that he said to you, "I guess you'll end up marrying a Christina."
It's such a classic rom.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. Like, we
And
learned
also-
something. There's this concept. It's called automatic ignore. It just
But
goes.
Dave, did you hear Jack said? Jack said he apologized at the wedding for making.
Yeah,
the
that's
Yeah, he
comment.
actually
interesting.
went
How
up to my
did that
parents, which was
happen?
wild.
Did you tell your parents that he said that?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I was
So were your
you never
parents
believe
pissed?
what this guy said to me.
Oh,
Jack,
you
that's
copped how ridiculous it was in 12th
Yeah,
grade.
whatever. What does he know? He's not in my head.
That's what Dave does to Avi all day long. In one ear, out the other. That's the only reason he's able to put up with him. He just lets him talk and he just lets him go.
Once in a while, there are a couple of things I regret. Like, once in a while, I put my foot down with Avi, and I started, like, it's very hard. Like, the one that kills me, I bring it up to Avi every couple of days. Last year, the fall basketball championships ends in January, right? Like, the last game is, like, January 4th, and then you start the winter season. We're buying the trophies, and Avi says, "Okay, so you put on there 2025 winter champs." So I say, "No, the season started in the fall. It's the 2024 fall champs." Avi's going on and on about how, no, it's the winter. It's the winter.
God, Avi,
So
Avi.
I let Avi just do whatever shit he wants most of the time. You're right. I let it go.
I don't
where
think
it
that.
goes.
I
say-
think it was similar.
So I said,
think
"Fine." I said, "Fine, Avi, do it." He gives out the trophies to who won that first championship, Link. And
No, Dave, that wasn't it. It was very close. I mean, you're right. I was wrong on it. It was the winter season. I said since we started the winter season in 2020, it was a winter
it said
season.
winter 2024. Since the winter started the
Right.
last week of December, he said it's
Right.
winter 2024. That's
Right,
what it was.
exactly,
Right? So I just said,
yeah.
"Fine." I said, "Fine, Avi, do it. Whatever you want." He
And then we're
gives
giving out the trophies, and everyone's like, "What the heck is going on? Did you like forget to give out trophies last year?"
So
now
that
you're
means
thinking
those
about it?
trophies were being given out in like April, Avi, right?
Yeah.
And it says winter 2024. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
ridiculous. So yeah, I do let it go in one ear out the other, no, but I think sometimes I need to. The spelling, by the way, I have a whole shot on the spelling, but okay, that's another day. Okay, so you don't go to Israel, Noah.
It's nice.
What did you say?
Did you get your Yachad hours and it's nice.
Oh boy, Noah's coming in spicy today. So Noah, where do you go in Israel?
I went to Rishit.
Oh, you went to Rashid. Okay,
I went to
is that a
Rashid.
common route, Rambam to Rashid? I feel like it's not.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so how did that happen?
I wanted to go.
You were a bummy kid. You weren't living up to the Rambam standards.
I mean, the Rambam standards, like, what's the school? Not Gush. Is it Gush?
Yeah, Gush. They go
Gush,
Gush.
and they push one other school.
Shalavim.
Oh,
No,
somewhere down south also. Lathe? No. Forgot what it was.
I wouldn't know. Like, I didn't even apply to any yeshivas. Mivaseret is a big one.
Now,
sometime.
yeah, I guess.
When we went, at least.
Yeah, but before that, Rambam's not like a typical. Not our grade was not a typical Rambam.
It was a little cooler.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were more athletic, like we cared.
He wants to think that, Every Rambam grade tells themselves, like, oh, we weren't the typical.
No, I'm saying you guys are also like.
Yeah.
Also, you have to remember, Rambam is a much smaller pool as opposed to DRS or half.
Why is that? It's a little more from. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying the grade itself is.
Oh,
30
it's a
or 40
small.
kids.
Oh, got it. So
Each grade's
then
only
I'm curious
30
about that.
years
You guys were athletic in 8th grade. Why did you go to a school that wasn't as big on the athletics?
I was just telling this someone last night. Rambam puts on an unbelievable open house. The only good thing they do.
we're both the oldest. Our parents liked what the school had to
Yeah.
say. Also, like it wasn't like
Rambam,
I have two
The
younger
good
sisters. They wouldn't
sales.
know from my parents wouldn't know from like what would the school be and what was good. It was good for me, honestly. Like it was a good
obviously
experience for
Rambam
me,
was
and it
really
worked.
good for
And
me also, but Rambam puts on an unbelievable open house.
Listen, give it to them for the sales. It's funny on that topic. I don't know if everyone saw the viral article in the newspaper going around last week where Yisrael Wasser played a game in the JSL, and they were it was saying how Wasser has cheated on his biggest fan. But the truth is, I had to sort of do the same thing. I'm not saying we have the most talented league now. No, Aaron has a lot of opinions on that, but we're definitely way, 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 way above from where we started. That first fall season, the fact that we even got to 8 teams was a complete miracle that was very much based off of me just talking up Yisrael Wasser like he is the absolute Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Sometimes you have to, and he's a great player, but sometimes you have to, you have to sell in order to get things on, get things going. To your point with Rambam's amazing open house, it's all credit to the sales over there. I guess that's how they get things, how they recruit everyone into their school.
So basically, Noah,
Dave, we
Dave,
can't
you're gonna
hear
have to
you.
repeat that.
He
Dave, you have
says
to
that
repeat.
Rambam has good sales.
Oh, okay.
Avi took the opportunity to say that he's also good at sales.
To
Yes.
boast, basically.
That's how that
As
last
always-
conversation. That's
Well,
what
I
that
was
last
also trying.
conversation
I was
was.
trying to plug the newspaper article that I thought was hilarious. That
Devere is so
that
funny.
Devere, he's amazing.
funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny man. Okay, fine.
Devere
Let's jump.
Devere also needed a big win last night, so he brought down our old buddy and current employee Jonathan Bayaz to help his team get a big dub last night to stay in the playoff race.
Okay, so let's jump ahead here because we're running low on time. Let's talk All-Star game. First of all, Noah and Jack, are you committed to schlepping up to Muncie for an All-Star game?
No.
No. On the way.
Once a year, guys. Once a year we go to
Once a year.
Muncie.
Jack, we'll get you Smash House. We'll get you Smash
Oh,
House.
smash up. There's
First
one
of all,
down the block on Main Street. You
Jack
don't have to
can
worry
only
about
play
going that far.
ball. Jack can only play ball if he has a disgusting meal beforehand.
Explain.
Yeah, it's actually a fun fact. Like
Explain.
I play better like if I'm gonna go
Like,
and
he has that, like,
take
a
out on
nasty
Grill
shit
Point
meal.
as opposed to eating like a
He
I don't
can't
know,
Oh.
something at home.
Puke? You don't puke? That's
Grill
so
point
weird.
steaks.
No.
Wow. How long before? Like, do you need any digestion period?
within the hour.
Yeah, usually give it an hour,
1
Jack
hour.
needs,
That's all
like,
you
yeah.
need.
Like,
Yeah.
Jack's gotta, and this has been since 6th grade. Jack's gotta have a nasty meal beforehand.
He's built
Like-
Yeah, like
differently.
Pizza Professor cinnamon sticks before a game. I'm guaranteed 20 points.
Also, if you know if Jack is airballing in warm-ups, he's good to go for the game. That's like his thing. If he's eating nasty and airballing, that he's good.
So you guys both play inside mostly,
Yeah.
but Jack has.
No,
I play more
shoot it
block
no.
to block, and Noah plays more
I
from
play,
like
like,
the
elbows.
top of the key.
Yeah, no,
elbow,
no.
free
I was
throw
gonna say
line.
no. Yeah, Noah's at the elbow. Noah's at the elbow. Noah also extends a little more than Jack. Noah will take a lot more.
Anymore.
I usually take 1 3 a game just to say that I can take a 3 during the game, but like
Yeah,
my
Noah's
my
shooting a lot
shot
more
radius
than-
is usually about 6 feet from.
I don't
What
want to
is-
get into the
what
whole
is
reffing
block-
situation right now. I'm past the stage where I'm too busy.
Well, we
to-
better watch
you know.
out because we got Big Don coming down on Sundays now. So HSL is taking it up to another level starting very shortly.
Good thing I think
you
we
ever
don't
seen
have
it?
any more
It's a good
Sunday
thing we
games,
don't
right?
play on
after-
Sundays.
Have you ever seen Big Don, by the
Koenig
way?
in the videos.
Oh, but not in person. He's actually really good. He's a professional. But anyways, you'll see
He
him
said,
hopefully in the
he
playoffs.
said something funny the other day. He's
Actually,
Go
funny
this
enough,
week.
Avi, we played on Sunday night and we didn't have Big Don, so I don't even know if
No,
he's real.
he was away. Starting.
He
this-
might be
starting
a,
this-
a Jeffrey AI.
Actually,
tool.
this week, Big Don is doing both Sunday. This week, Big Don is doing both Sunday and Thursday because he usually works at UPS at nights during the week, but he's off. He's on vacation, so he's actually doing
I don't
Thursday
think
this
Jack
week.
is playing Thursday night.
Huh.
So
I'm not playing. Yeah, he's fake.
He's fake.
Oh, you're not playing?
Um,
Oh, all right.
Koenig says every grade at Rambam thinks they're not the typical grade, which is, I think, what you guys were
was
saying.
Koenig a
also.
Rambam kid? I think so, right?
He went to Rambam. Oh, sorry. He said he went to Rambam. Yeah.
Hey, Koenig was a Rambam kid.
Shlomo Ross also.
So it
went
didn't
to
change
Rambam.
over. We're talking about he probably graduated
He's
15, 20
49.
years.
More. He graduated
so-
30 years ago, 31
So
years ago.
yeah. So I was gonna say 15, 20 years before us, but
Oh, yeah.
Dave,
yeah,
what were you saying about our conversation with Don?
It hasn't changed over 20-year period.
Oh, Don, he said something funny. He's like, I really like the league. There's a lot of talent. The guys really try hard. He's like, and then he's like, yeah. I said, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, a lot of talent. He's like, for a white league. I just thought it was so funny. So then I was asking him. I was like, what is it about the black guys? Their size? He's like, yeah, they're also just more athletic. They just their bodies are just more. They just have more athletic bodies, not just the size. It was pretty interesting. But anyway, so let's get to this All-Star game potential. So, Jack, if we get Jack cinnamon sticks, it's cheaper than I thought.
You're gonna have to get Jack a lot more than cinnamon sticks.
Who do you Who's your starting five? Let's start with Noah. Who's your starting five? No, not starting five. Let's give it. How many did we do with Jeffrey? Oh, we didn't even get to
12.
trolling
You
Jeffrey
you
yet.
did a starting five, but like it's
Jeffrey did a
tricky now.
starting five and then a
Are we
roster of
excluding
12.
ourselves or are we
No,
including
no. If
ourselves?
you
No.
believe let's start with Noah. But if you believe you're in the starting five, put yourself in the starting five. Do it, Noah.
Problem is, I don't know everyone in the league, and I don't know names properly.
Yeah,
I know,
Jack would probably be better at this. Yeah.
I know faces much better.
I sent you the roster pretty much.
Yeah, Jack
was
basically
no-
wrote it out. Jack basically wrote it out already.
Oh yeah, let me pull it up. Oh, this would be spicy.
I sent
Yeah.
you the roster, and I think we missed one guy, Avi, right? Like
No, I think we
down-
got the last. I think we added the last two at the end.
Did I add him? Did I add him into the text? I added it.
I think so.
Let me
We
pull
also,
it
yeah,
up.
we got to get into. I'm very curious what you guys think about the Silver Key team because you guys had a very tight battle.
Oh, I
against
got
them.
it. But you don't
They-
put
they
in.
give-
You don't put in the. You don't put in here.
I didn't
the,
do a starting five, but I
starters.
said that's the roster.
First of all, why are we schlepping out to Muncie all the time? Why can't they come to us?
They don't want
very
it. They won't
stuck
do
up.
it.
They're very
Yeah.
stuck up. No,
First of
seriously,
all,
and I hope Yitz is listening to this. He's like, your gym, the
gym is not great.
Yeah, I know, but he's like, the 3 points are too small, and then he's like,
It
and
is,
he's
it's
like,
a small
oh, there's a
gym.
lot of politics. He's like, how are we going to get 7 guys? I'm like, are you guys so sensitive? If they get left off the team, they get left off the team. And then we're talking to Jeffrey about it. He's like, just make longer games, and you could get more guys in. You know, like, so they're very. I don't know. He's got a lot of problems. That's why we're schlepping up to Muncie. That's the real
The other
answer.
question, by the way, when it comes to the All-Star, the starting five, is this going to be an NBA All-Star game where you really just want 5 guys that are going to just shoot and no defense? Or
No,
are
no,
we
no.
talking
You got to
about
play.
like
No,
you're
no,
coming
no,
to a game,
no,
you
no,
want
no,
your
no.
5, like real, we're going to
Jack,
play hard type.
you and Noah both saw me by that HSL MSL softball game. I couldn't even breathe. I was so nervous. If this happens, this is a must. This is not.
Ellie
It's not
Race.
fun.
How is that? Ellie Race is ever. 1 second. Ellie Race comments, your gym is mini.
It is. The gym is mini. The gym is it's literally a middle school gym. We play in a middle school gym.
So 1 second. Is that the length and the width are problematic?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm
It's
saying-
the width more than the length. It's the width more
How
than the
many
length.
feet is the length and how many is like typical for this kind of league? You get what I'm saying?
Bigger.
You don't know.
It's the width more than the Dave. It's the width. It's the width more than the length. I can tell the length isn't crazy. The width is
Think
bad.
about it from our team, right? We're a bigger team. Think about
Doesn't
how-
Dom have like a measure for the pitcher's mound? Like, can't he just bring that to the gym? You guys can figure it out once and for all. Like, how much smaller this
No,
is.
it's
than
the
a
first
regular
I'm
gym?
hearing of this. It's the first I'm hearing of this. I'm not super
It's-
basketball.
think about it though. Like our team's a big team. Think about how much of a difference it would make if the court was 2 to 3 feet wider.
Yeah, correct. It's a big difference. Yes, 100%. It's hard to find gyms. It's extremely difficult to find gyms, especially in the areas we're looking at. You know, our location is amazing. It's 20 minutes or less, 25 for us from everybody. You know, you want to go to the 5 towns, great, but then you miss out on all Queens and a lot of Great Neck and a lot of. We're able to captivate so many cultures.
The issue
know-
is with Queens is that there's not a big pool of big gyms.
Well, we're not in Queens. We're just as far from 5 towns, a lot of 5 towns, as you are from Queens for the most part. 25 minutes from both. Same thing from Great Neck and the city. That's why we have so many, a lot of guys from Great Neck playing in 5 towns and a lot of Bukharians from Jamaica Estates and from Kew Garden Hills and from,
Yeah,
you know,
you're right there. You're right by the. You're in a
Yeah.
great location. Just the gym isn't. In the
correct. I wish
Jack,
you
I
could
have
find it. Yeah, I wish you could find it.
Jack, I have your list of 10. I have your list of 10, but
You want me to break it down to 5?
No. I don't have the other 2. You said you ended up with 12 on there.
I think we had an 11th that we spoke about.
1,
Let
2,
me
3, 4,
see.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The
Let's go
Avi
through these
texted
10.
one that I forgot, but anyways.
Let's go through
Okay, let's-
these 10.
Okay, the 10 I have are Jack Ross, Zabrowski, Noah Aaron, Yisrael Wasser, Ariel Swang, Shimmy David, Tzvi Winter. Is Tzvi Winter going from Lakewood to Muncie? No, that would be.
By the way, which is one thing, like, because if we're not going to include it, we're not going to. We spoke about like we wouldn't include Sharif. Like, are we including Winter as like a HSL guy? If he's going to
Dax
play
claims
just
Winter-
the minimum to
Dax-
get qualified, that's the question.
I
Dax
wouldn't give him a
claims
spot
Winter's
if he
a-
comes is a what?
Like,
No.
if he's a regular, fair. If he's not a regular, then I would do it for like the league. For the league, I think I have like what the 5 would be. I'll give you the 5. I think the 5.
Wait,
would
let
be,
me finish the list. Less than
Yeah,
get
okay.
insulted. After T Winter, Elad Navon, George, I don't know his last name, and Lior Cabrera. Lior Cabrera is Jewish, by the way, because Lior is a very Jewish name, but Cabrera is a very
Yeah, his mom's
non-Jewish
Israeli.
name.
His mom's Israeli. He's Jewish. Yes. His
Oh,
mom is
okay.
Israeli.
I think.
Is his
What
dad
was the last one, Avi?
Well, there was.
One-
I think you added on. What's his face from? Also from Silver
Maybe.
Key.
Yeah,
What's his name
yeah,
again?
we
For
added.
Silver Key. He's like the Draymond
Yeah,
Green
like
of
that,
of
like the
of
Draymond Green, another Draymond Green, our
Yeah.
he
favorite
averages like
NBA.
Jason.
seven. He averages like 7, 10, and 13
No,
every single game.
Oh,
Oh,
Dimitri.
that
You
was
wrote.
the guy who
Oh, you
told.
said
That was the
Jason
guy
and
who
Dimitri.
told Zabrowski, "We're not here to be friends and have fun."
Yeah, exactly.
But
And then I think
wait, who
Pasty
said
Jacoby
this?
also. And I think it was Pasty who you added as a 12th, if I'm not mistaken, Jack. Could be I'm wrong.
Right, like if we needed to get a 12th guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So let's break it down to 5 here. No, out of these 12, Jack, what do you guys think? What's the top 5 here? What's the
So I'll
starting
I'll
five?
give you my 5, assuming that Winter we're not including him as like HSL blood.
Okay.
I think I would go me, Noah, Zabrowski, Wasser, and Jason as the starters.
That's 3 from your team.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Okay. No, that.
we're the number 1 team.
Yeah. No. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
agree with that. I'm looking at the list here.
Who are the other 2? Wasser and who?
Jason.
Jason.
Oh yeah, I don't know who this Jason guy is.
Wait, it was
And
what?
I don't think it's like so far off of like like I'm not saying that like this is like
Who's
by
the
far
5th?
and away the top 5. I think Jason,
Who's the
Zabrowski,
Oh,
Wasser,
Zabrowski.
me, and Noah.
Oh, so
But I
4.
think
So
that like that whole list that I sent
right.
you is
You
interchangeable,
could interchange anyone on this list.
So you'd have.
which is why I think it's a difficult question to say who's the 5. But if you replace Noah for all swing, me for all swing, or
My
Elon
thoughts on the All Star
for
game.
Wasser, I don't think it's a thing.
I was telling Dubbin for the All Star game potentially. I mean, obviously there are always people better than others, but I think a very good and could be again. I'm a basketball guy. I'm not a big basketball guy. I'm softball. I feel like a good approach could sort of be to sort of stop laughing to sort of run.
No, I'm laughing at
sort of-
something Ellie Race wrote. I'm laughing at something Ellie Race wrote. Sorry. Go ahead. I'll tell you in a
Okay.
minute. Yeah.
No, I think a good idea would be, especially if you could extend it to like 2 24-minute halves to allow more playing time, to sort of build two
Great
starting
idea.
fives that mesh well together and sort of move
It's a
them
good
in
idea.
and out and then see what mixes and matches. That was just my thoughts in order to, I don't know.
I would
Could be
do it a
I'm
little
wrong. Could
different.
be-
A little. I wouldn't do it that extreme, but something in that way. No, Ellie Race.
We actually and we played. Yeah, okay, good.
He said your gym is mini. I'm surprised more guys don't pull up from half court LaMelo style.
That's why Ibrahimi. That's
So
all.
Ibrahimi thinks that he's him.
If he could, he'd pull it from the opponent's 3-point line.
By the way, you should have seen the other gym. Dak, you played in the other gym. The other gym is half the size of this gym.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
small.
played once there. It's like on that highway, off the highway or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other gym is much smaller than this gym. Common Point. Yeah, it's half the
Actually,
size.
Yeah.
I think me and Jack have only played against each other a handful of times. I think that was the one place we played against each other.
I think we only play in small gyms against each other. That Lawrence Middle School.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dave, but I think it was a pretty easy decision for Jack also to go to the Fly
Lawrence Middle
Vipers.
School is better than Hartoro.
Lawrence Middle,
Lawrence
yeah.
Middle's still better than
What?
Hartoro.
It's longer. I think it might be more narrow even, which is like
No, I think
crazy.
it's the same.
But
I think it's the same.
you think
Lawrence
so? I think
Middle
it might
is
be
where
a
JS
little bit more.
Is that where JSL plays?
One of the gyms.
But isn't
Like
Lawrence
Lawrence Livermore
Middle
Academy
doesn't
is
Lawrence
better
Middle
gym.
run out of air conditioning when it comes to championship games? Is that
Both gyms don't have air conditioning in the JSL. That I don't know. I haven't played in August game in
wasn't there a
HSL
debacle
basketball.
in the
but-
championship game? I heard from somebody that the people
Yeah,
walked
but that
in
was in
were-
June.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, guys. I got a
last
meeting
week.
in. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I said there was AC last week.
Oh, there.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I got to go in a few minutes. So 2 more things to get to. Number 1 is, can we talk a little bit about the Silver Key? Jeffrey Salmanov, great guy. He's apparently really good at making AI videos of himself eating W's, but some say his clock and player management in crunch time is a little bit lacking. Can you guys comment on that?
Well, there were 2 turning points in that game against Silver.
No, were
Key.
you there for that game against Silver Key?
One
Oh, I baited the guy into the technical.
was well, I was talking about just from Jeffrey's standpoint. One was that he got a rebound. He a very quality box out, and he said, "You a small ass. I won't use the next word."
Did it start with an N?
Yes. And then the second, so that was one where it's like, all right, like no offense, Jeff, like that was a good box out, but you're like 5'5". And then the other was they went on like it was a close game back and forth at that point. We closed the gap and they went on like a 6 or 8-0 run, and he was just like, "Do you guys want me to call timeout for you? Like looks like you guys are a little tired." And then yeah, he ate those words pretty quickly. I haven't seen an AI video of him eating that yet, though. So maybe you should make one. But
I'll post it.
Clip
eating
this
that
video,
one.
Dave.
Oh,
What a video to clip. Clip it.
I'm gonna clip it. No, I love.
but I
Jeffrey.
do have to give him credit because I was in his top 5. I was in his starting 5. So
That's the thing about Jeffrey. That I
no
realized,
love
like,
lost there.
His it's an unusual thing where his trash talk, to me at least on the outside, seems like he's a genuinely good-hearted person. Like he's not a bitter guy, and like he's so out there with his trash talk. Like it's so over the top, like making that video. Like he has to put his money where his mouth is. You
Yeah,
know what
you
I
could
mean?
tell it's like his trash talk is not coming from a bad place. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
just to
yeah,
like
yeah,
bring a little
He's doing
fire
it
to the
like a
game
fun-
versus
yeah.
like sometimes it's just like this guy might actually punch me in the face.
Because he came up to us after the game and he was apologizing for one of the other guys. Like it's a genuine.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm,
yeah, yeah.
I'm here to have fun, joking around.
By the way, it's
He's
classic. Yeah,
also
I've missed like 4 games out of the 50 games played so far, and one of the 4 I missed is probably the best game of the season.
sorry, Avi. Um,
Avi got no love. He was hoping for us to be like, yeah, like he just.
I missed last night
That's
also, by the way, but it was apparently wasn't such great games. There was a bunch of blowouts last night,
Sometimes.
except for Gottlieb's team who lost by 3.
yeah, that's a shame. We'll probably miss the playoffs now, right? How many wins does Goldfarb have?
Goldfire was 2. I think you guys are.
Oh, so
unless
if we beat them next week, we're in.
you beat them, you beat them the first time, right?
Yeah, if we beat them next week, we're in the playoffs.
Oh, so next week's
What
a
day
huge
are you
game.
playing? Noah, you want to play? You won't qualify for the
It
playoff
has
league.
to be approved. It has to be approved by the commissioner. It has to be approved by the commissioner.
Wow, Robert Koenig. I've played softball with Jack for 5 years, I think, and I never heard him talk. I mean, ever. This is awesome.
Dave,
Jack
I think you
knows
said
his
the same
place.
thing in the chat when we were talking about this before the podcast when we were like just scheduling it. I think you had the same line
You mean
about me talking or
Yeah, I did. I forgot that. That's funny, actually. Yeah, you have a very quiet persona. So before we go, this is too much fun. We should do it again next Friday. Who is the number? Noah and Jack, we got dueling center fielders here. Who is the number one in the power rankings for the spring softball? And I'll give you my sheet on this. My sheet on this is that the Bombers the last 2 years went to Game 3 of the championship. 2 years ago, lost on ironically, a ground ball to Michael Pfeiffer, who got a lot of attention for his ground ball the other day. And a rejuvenated Yehuda Koenig. And I don't know. I feel like they might be the team to beat. I don't know.
Wait,
how
Dave,
that
you didn't
works.
say who they lost to. You didn't say who they lost. You didn't say who they lost to the last.
Oh,
2
and they took Avi to 3. They took Avi to. They took Avi to.
Avi's ego right now. Obviously, saying we killed them. We didn't kill them. Obviously, be like we played solo. We didn't play well. Obviously, be like I was unbelievable. He wasn't.
So no. So
I mean,
no,
listen,
you
I would say
wait.
it like this
Yeah,
way, right?
Go ahead.
If you have, right, let's say the Dodgers would have lost that World Series that just passed. Are they not going to be the number one in the power rankings next year? I would still say that that's kind of like, the best team. Yeah, you expect them to win. We're going for the win.
They haven't won for 2
Doesn't always
years.
happen.
Winning a championship is everything. They haven't won for 2 years. They're the old men, and they're the old men in the barn right now. They got to dig their way up.
The old
teams
men
have
in
built-
the barn.
Teams have built. Myself. Props to me and props.
But
to
then,
Kaufman.
Avi, according to you, maybe Gordon Companies or whatever they're going to be called next year. So then maybe the Bombers are 3 in your power rankings, Avi.
Yeah, they are. It would be us 1,
really?
Gordon 2, and Bombers 3.
No, what are your thoughts on this, man?
But why would Gordon be 2? Because they won 2 years ago. Like they lost in the playoffs
Dave,
last year.
Yeah, you sped me up. Sorry. The Gordon was a dysfunctional franchise last year, and until they see them in pro, I would put them at 3.
That's Kaufman.
That's Kaufman. Kaufman, Nenner, who else? Is on that team?
What are your
Jackson's
thoughts?
better. I think
Who's
Jackson's
number?
better.
You think what?
The Bombers are much better. Not much better. They're better.
No. So what are your thoughts about your team versus the Bombers being number 1 in the power rankings? Who do
You
you
just
think?
said it. So I think the Bombers are better.
No, he was talking about Gordon Companies. He was talking.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's obvious at the very least.
I don't think it's like a straight.
Our fielding. I mean, forget me for a second. In all seriousness, our fielding. It's impossible to get better. Our defense is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We turned $5 plays a game. There was nothing hitting the gaps in the outfield. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. Even guys like
fielding is very good.
But the issue is that if Avi's throwing meatballs over the plate, you could have the best fielding out there. But like I don't know, like I think that if Ariel Cohen was the pitcher, I think this would hands down be number 1 in the power rankings. But the fact that Avi's still on the mound to start the season, I think that we might have to put them 2.
I would possibly put
Matt was nice, by the way. He was just like, yeah, Avi's the best. But like, deep down, I feel like Matt plays behind Ariel more than Avi. So I was surprised that he didn't just say like, yeah, Ariel's the better pitcher today.
I'm wondering if I was still off the podcast. Because I went off right before, and I went on right before he gave his answer. I was wondering if he'd give the same answer if I was still off the podcast due to my Wi-Fi issues. I would probably put the Robins over Gordon Companies also. By the way, they just looked so dysfunctional last year. They're just all over the place. They were, they.
What do you mean
They
dysfunctional? They
didn't-
took the Bombers to 3 games in the semis, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but they still look dysfunctional during the regular season. I think we're better than the Bombers. I think it's very close, but we're just younger, we're faster, we're better in the field. Hitters, they're probably better, but
Younger in softball doesn't mean you're better. If you have a guy like Glenn who's just ripping base hits every at bat, it doesn't matter. You could have the best
athleticism
field
matters.
if they're placing the ball perfectly and they're just hitting easy singles every time. Doesn't matter what type of field you have.
Right,
All right,
athleticism
guys, I'm running
matters
late.
though.
I'm running late
Taking
for a
extra
meeting,
bases and it'll be a good battle. Well, when are we having these power rankings, Dave? For you should know, registrations will be opening in a few weeks.
The power
He's
rankings.
itching to start softball. He wants softball to start February 1st.
Well,
Especially now that he's in Florida, he's just like, wait, why are we not? Yeah, exactly. Why are we not playing February
softball's just
1st?
getting started down here in South Florida.
Well, I have you guys here. I have just one quick question. I was just talking to Avi about, we started softball in the middle of March because in the old days, and the old guys will tell you this, they used to do the championships in September, which I think is, for all the shit about the early start to the season, in my opinion, playing semis and champs in September after like a 6 to 8 week break is just like takes all the juice out of it personally. So I prefer this model. So I was saying to Avi, though, what about in March and early April? Why do the games need to be at 8 and 10 a.m.? I understand people want to spend time with their families on Sunday. I get that, especially when the weather is nicer.
1 o'clock.
Why
Yeah,
not?
I think
2 weeks out of the whole calendar. Jack, you're playing sports stuff 5 nights a week sometimes.
Nights are different.
but like the baby's sleeping, or
rationalize with your wife. There's no way you can rationalize. Hey, I'm gonna go out for 5 hours in the middle of the day. There's just no way you can.
My wife's argument about the sporting leagues, by the way, is not that like, okay, yeah, the game itself might only be an hour and a half, but like, living in Queens, you're driving to Bay Park or wherever the case might be, so it's 40 minutes on the way there, 40 minutes on the way back, hour and a half game. You're not out for an hour and a half. So I'm like, I would have a difficult time committing to 1 o'clock games.
1 o'clock games a tough.
Yeah, so you guys are nixing the idea. No, what I might do is Ariel Cohn. Then
we're playing in 38 degrees.
Ariel Cohn was good at sending out. When you're captain of in an Ariel Cohn run league, he sends out a Google form at the beginning of the season with like a lot of potential hawks. Like Tish Above is on a Thursday. Can you play that Wednesday night or Tuesday night? Like he goes through every variable. Maybe that's just something we'll put in. Would you like to?
If you have a team that wants to play it differently, give them the option.
Maybe that's what I'll do. There's also one benefit, which is that we have a beautiful turf field in Queens, which is available all day at the end of March. That would be nice to utilize for those 2 Sundays or 3 Sundays, really. I don't think you guys ever played there. It's actually in Forest Hills, Noah. My wife discovered it. We were driving by. Yeah. It's called, what was it called? Victory Field, Avi? Something like that?
Victory Park, I think.
It's bizarre, Noah. Like, my wife, it's
in Iran.
Woodhaven.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Hold on. Like in the 60s? Like far, down? Like low 60s?
Hold on. Victory Field, Forest Park, address, Woodhaven, New York. It's at the intersection of, let's see here. This is fun content. It's at the intersection of Myrtle Avenue and Woodhaven Boulevard. It's right off of the Jackie. It's right off of the Jackie.
It's all the way up.
Yeah, so it's up by 83rd.
Yeah, if I recall, it's like a 15-20 minute drive from Kew Garden Hills.
Yeah. No, it was really good. So those...
You hit the lights, it's like a half hour.
I've hit the lights. All right, guys, thanks for coming on. I'm officially 6 minutes late for my meeting. This was much fun. Jack, Noah, good luck in the championship.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves.
We still have to, we still gotta go.
Yeah, they haven't even locked down
they
haven't locked down the bye yet, Dave. Let them lock down the bye.
It's like there's
let them get
Sharif in there.
Let them get Sharif to qualify for the playoffs before we start talking championships.
All right, bye, guys.
Yeah.
Noah.